Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I have one of my favorite returning guests. It's David Hill. And boy, does he have a story that I know will motivate you and inspire you. And honestly, I'm going to be right up front. We have a plan here. We have something that David wants to do. I'm going to let him share that. And we want to get behind him and support him. Welcome back to the show, David. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, Ted, for having me on. I appreciate it. It's good to
I'm
be back.
I'm excited to have you on. I really do mean those words. I believe you are definitely an inspiration, motivation, and I want to find ways for people to get to know your story, and of course support you because you've got an ask going on right now, and I think it is a genuinely wonderful ask that I want people to get behind. So before we get to that, if you don't mind, we talked before we went live. Give them a little background. They love origin story. And of course, share with them what you would like about what you have experienced and how your life has changed.
Sure. Like you said, I'm David. I'm from Orlando, born and raised here. Um, I got hurt at a wedding in 2014. I dove in a pool and I hit the other side of the wall, breaking my neck, leaving me quadriplegic with no voluntary movement below my chest. And since then, I've been lucky enough and that there's a great rehabilitation center just down the road from here called Next Step Orlando I go to. And since being there over the last 6 years now, um, I've seen vast improvements in my core, just my being able to lock out my legs now. Um, and it just keeps going. And I'm trying to do as much as I can uh, with what I can to get back some movement. And this is kind of where I'm at right now, trying to get to that next step with trying to get a standing wheelchair that can help me regain that stability and just bone growth, health, overall health, just standing. Because as you know, we can't stand on our own, and being sit in a chair all day is not good for your body. So
It's I think people don't realize the underlying challenges. There's so much more to what you have to think about and do. We can talk about the show, like 10 o'clock in the morning. There was a snafu on my part, and it takes a while for you to get to. This is not an easy process. Maybe one you've gotten used to and made easier as time goes by, but that doesn't mean that it's an easy process. And I want to talk obviously about the wheelchair, but I want to go back to next step. Why is that different? What is it about that recovery center that you feel has is different for you and made such an impact?
well, as far as the physical aspect is going there and working out and trying to regain movement and strength, it's I'd say 50% of it is more is just about being around other people in similar circumstances. Now there's some of my greatest friends, and we go out quite often.
I love it.
It's kind of bad to say I probably go out with them more than I go out with my other friends and family.
It's a
That's
it
what we
becomes a
built there. It's a
family.
community.
Yeah, it becomes a family, a community. I think the way that we connected was Amanda was on the show, right?
Yes.
Yes, and she shared her story. Amanda is, I want to say, one of the founders, or at least one of the
Yes, her and her
people.
mother, Lisa, started Next Step a little
It's
over 10 years ago now, I
it's
think.
amazing the camaraderie because I think that people don't understand what they don't understand, and I
Yes,
think that if you
exactly.
haven't been in that position, you don't understand all of the challenges. You think you do, but you really don't. That we take for granted because we have full control as much as possible over our bodies. And you have to really work at everything. Everything for you, I feel like, is not I don't want to say struggle because I think that's demeaning your spirit. It is a challenge, and you have to learn how to overcome that challenge. So tell us what is a standing wheelchair? Until you posted it I must say, I didn't even know that existed, or maybe I just didn't understand what it was. And why will that make such a difference for you?
Well, actually, they're somewhat new as far as standing wheelchairs come around. Um, they've been around for like a couple of years now, but um, the main thing is that if I'm able to stand and put weight on my body, uh, hopefully that will, maybe start waking up some nerves, start getting me back into that, uh, just being able to do things maybe a little bit more that I've been able to do before. Because going the next step, it's given me that, a little bit of gains here and there. But if I can start standing at home, whereas not having to stand, well, because the big thing is at next step, we stand just, it's good for pretty much your whole body. Um, so if I'm able to stand at home, that time can be used, better at next step for other, exercises to focus on, different things. So that's the main reason I really want to. I want to do everything I can now because I don't want to wait too long or wait till later to not be able to, give it all I can to be able to have some kind of movement, be able to walk, be able to move my arms, something. So that's why I'm trying everything and anything I can do.
I think you posted. It gave me a giggle, but I know you were serious. You're a sports fan. You're a football guy. So tell
Correct.
them the recent post you just did, where you're like, "This is exactly why I need a standing wheelchair."
Well, I was at the Florida Alabama game the other weekend, and of course the wheelchair section is always behind the crowd. Um, but at big games, people like to stand, and when they stand, I can't really stand up or raise my chair up or do anything like that. So part of the game, I had to just watch people in the back of them. Um, and that's true at even UCF games I go to, or even any kind of crowd thing. You're just kind of left down there, below everyone else, and it it it's hard to say, but it just doesn't leave like a very good feeling because people just don't recognize you as they think there's something wrong, uh, not just physically, but they just look at you different,
It's
and that's
disheartening.
hard.
It can be, I'm sure it can be discouraging too. And I think that people, again, back to what people don't know, unfortunately, the don't know shies them away from talking, engaging, not judging. It's a very interesting place that people are. But I have this great vision of you in the standing wheelchair at a game. You're able to see. I don't, especially since you love sports and you love going to the games. It just seems like such a small thing that we can all band together to help you with, that will improve maybe not necessarily your quality of life, but certainly your ability to see at the games that you love to go to, which is good for the soul. I understand. I understand what it's like not to be able to see, but not in your case. I've never been in your position. I think people just need to to understand it, which is why we do these kinds of educational shows. So the amount of money you are trying to raise isn't as much as I think people would believe. Tell them.
Well, first of all, the reason I have to raise this is insurance will not cover this portion of the wheelchair. They'll cover just the basic wheelchair. But if there's no proven facts out there or there's no data specifically about a person standing in a wheelchair, then they won't approve it. I had to go through this with almost everything in insurance, just the smallest things. It's just there's a big gap in what they approve and don't approve for paralyzed people. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. Um, so
It's
yeah, this
so
is the portion
unfair.
I have to pay
Sorry.
for. Just get that part on the wheelchair, the standing portion. So that's why I'm trying to ask and hope that people will help me and try to raise this money so I can you know walk again sooner than later.
We all want to band together and help you. So let's get to that. What's the best way for them to find? Is it a GoFundMe? Is
It's
it a so what's
actually
the best way?
a PayPal donation page, which is there's a link on all of my social media. You can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Hillstrong or facebook.com/DHillstrong with my initial first, or Instagram DHillstrong1. Um, any of those, you there's a link right at the top to go to my donation page at PayPal.
Fantastic. So I've got Hill Strong going there. I'll tag all of that. We'll put it on Instagram as well when we're finished. I've tagged David. You can reach out to him. You can find him. Go to Hill Strong or put it in the Facebook search bar, and you'll be able to find him right away. What's one thing that people don't know about what you have to deal with on a daily basis? What's something you can share to kind of give them an insight on things that we take for granted because we are not in your position?
I could
It's
probably
a
spend an
loaded
hour on this.
question, David. Loaded question.
Yes. Um, you name it. Something, itches, you can't itch it. You're hungry, you want to drink a water, you can't just grab a drink. You just can't go to the bathroom. Um, someone has to, help me go to the bathroom. It has to give me a bed bath or a shower. Um, they have to, even the little things. I get cold at night. I just can't grab a blanket, or I can't, if I'm hot, take a blanket off. I have to call someone to wake up in the middle of the night to come over and like either fix my foot or put another blanket on me or give me a drink of water because I've been coughing. Um, it's just, every little thing you can think of, I just can't do.
We take a lot for granted, and and one thing I want people to know is I have never seen you be at least publicly have any. You're not looking for pity. You're just looking for
No,
support. And so I asked you to share that because I think a lot of people don't realize they block it out because it's not a fun thing to think about. And what I just want to encourage people to know is it's not fun for David either. So what we want to do is help improve his quality of life in any possible way that can allow that funny, great smile, sports loving human being to enjoy more of his life and reach the goals that he wants. So, what I encourage you all to do, what I would love for you to do, is go to his Facebook page, go to his Instagram page. Again, we'll tag it all. Give what you can. It's not an exorbitant amount of money that we're asking for, that I'm saying we're asking for. So every little bit counts. Let's get him to that standing wheelchair, which I know we will at some point. And I just want to say you are inspirational, my friend. I think that what you do every day, it's just amazing. And so I want to find ways to give back to you. Let's do that for David.
thank you. I appreciate it, Ted.
All right, guys. David Hill. You can go to D Hill Strong, Hill Strong. I will tag it all, but please reach out, give some support to David. This is a big, big deal. We appreciate you guys. David, thank you so
One
much.
last thing, we
Yes,
are
please.
over 50% there, so there's not
Woo!
enough. So we're almost there. If
We're
we can
almost
just
there.
get
We're
that
over
little bit left.
50%. That's a big deal. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. David, God bless you. Thank you so much. Um, let's reach out and support David Hill. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.